And then that'll be it. So far it's quiet, and I think they're here. I think it's nice though.
Hello, sir. Can I help you?
What's that?
Can I help you?
I was looking around. Just
Can I ask why you're filming our facility?
it looks pretty cool actually because of the wash and everything.
Uh-huh.
Kind of curious of how this whole thing began. You know.
Okay. You want to come up here and chat with me a little bit? Do you mind?
Am I detained or?
I just need to talk to you because you've been filming our officers in and out, so I just wanted to figure
And I
out
can't
what's
do
going
that?
on with that. Huh?
And I can't do that? I mean, I was in a public area, so
Okay. What's your name?
I don't want to give you my name unless I'm being threatened of arrest. So, am I under arrest or is it?
You're not under arrest. What's your name? Why are you filming our facility?
I just told you I like the history around this place right here.
Okay. Well, while you're talking to me, you got a baton here. I'm just gonna hang on to it.
Why are you touching me?
While I'm talking to you, okay?
Why are you touching me?
It's for my safety while I'm chatting with you.
Well, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm not gonna do any harm with you guys.
Okay.
So, what's the badge number?
It's 51079. And what was your name?
What was your name?
It's Sergeant Buchanan.
Badge number?
I already gave it to you.
On a quiet British afternoon, what begins as a simple act of filming outside a public police station is about to unfold into something far greater than anyone expected. A man, camera in hand, stands on a public pavement, calm, respectful, and well within his rights. Yet, the moment an officer spots him, the tone of the day begins to shift. Questions turn to commands. Curiosity turns into confrontation, and the line between public transparency and police control starts to blur. This is where the real test begins, not of power, but of professionalism. Because in the UK, every officer is sworn to uphold the law, not to bend it under pressure. What happens next will expose how a routine encounter can quickly transform into a full-blown investigation, not because of what's done, but because of what's assumed. Welcome to Audit UK Watch, where every frame tells the truth, every pause reveals intent, and every encounter shows us how accountability truly works on British soil. Let's begin the breakdown.
Okay. What's your name and badge number?
I'm sorry, sir. I'm having a hard time hearing you.
What's your name and badge number?
Sure. My name's Officer Apodaca. My badge number is 100040.
All right. I just want to know why she touched me.
I just
So-
walked out here. I don't know what's going on.
I'm just over here doing a story,
Okay.
trying to, in a public area, try to record everything around here. I mean, I saw this wash right here. It's pretty cool. I don't want to know what this whole thing started. Like the wash is being here, or the police station was here first. That's all I was trying to figure out. To look around in public areas.
Okay.
So you're touching me. I want to know why. Because you think I'm a threat? Because I'm doing the story, or?
You've got a baton on your hip, sir.
Yeah, it's for
And I just
protection,
wanna
not from
make
you
sure
guys.
That I'm safe and that you're safe. We don't have
Oh,
any
trust me.
issues.
That's why I'm right here.
Okay.
Away from you.
Okay.
You know what the house counter is from the west?
Can you explain to me why you're filming over here?
They're from the west. It's a white house.
Because I like to film in public areas. So public area, right?
Okay. Well, I'm going to detain you right now. So
Oh
we
my God.
investigate, okay?
Really?
I don't know what's going on.
In
I
a
just
public
walked up-
area, I'm being detained. Now
Okay,
my
so we're
backpack
gonna
is.
figure that out. I don't want your camera to get broken. I'm just gonna hold on to it. I'm recording this incident as well.
There's breakable stuff in there. You know that, right? I have more cameras in the backpack.
Okay.
This is ridiculous. In a public area.
All right,
You're
we'll
not
figure
under
out what's
arrest,
going
but
on.
right now I'm detaining you until we figure out what's going on. Okay, I'm going to hang on to this while I'm talking to you.
Alright, do not consider searches and
All right,
seizures.
he's going to hang on to your backpack. We're going to walk up here.
I'm not considering any searches or seizures.
Okay, I'm not searching you. I am going to pat you down for any further weapons. Do you have any more weapons on you? Okay.
I have reeboks in my backpack just because of the
We're going to check, make sure.
You put it this way, please?
Yeah, you got it. Mine's pointing this way too. You a First Amendment auditor or something?
Public areas. That's all
I
I was
hear you.
doing.
I hear you.
The officer approaches, polite at first, but his tone changes almost instantly. "What are you doing here?" he demands. The auditor explains he's filming public property from a public space, perfectly within his rights. But the officer isn't convinced. What should have been a simple two-sentence conversation becomes a tense interrogation. The officer insists on personal details, pressing for identification that the law doesn't require. The camera doesn't flinch. It captures every ounce of discomfort, every subtle rise in tension. The auditor remains calm, unshaken, confident, and factual. That composure alone becomes his greatest weapon. This is the moment where rights and authority collide. You can almost feel the pressure build as backup arrives. Radios crackle, and the tone shifts from, "Can I ask you a question?" to "You need to comply." Yet the truth is, he doesn't. He's not breaking any law. He's exercising one. And that's precisely what makes the scene so uncomfortable to watch.
I know it doesn't mean much to you right now, but...
It's the first time I've ever been detained. So what's the issue here?
Well, you're on our facility. You're videotaping
I
police
wasn't on the
operations.
facility, I was in a public area.
So,
I wasn't, you said I was in a public area.
I was told you were over here standing on our property filming
So this sidewalk over
operations
there?
over here. Yeah.
I know the sign is right there, but I didn't go past the sign.
Okay.
So,
We're going to review our cameras, and if we got some wrong information, and that indeed is the case, and as I understand it, you might be out of handcuffs here in a second, but it sounds like a crime was reported to us that you were trespassing on...
I was not trespassing.
Okay, well that's what was reported to us, right?
I didn't go past the
So
sign,
we got to investigate it if it's reported to us, right? We can't take anybody's side in anything like that, so that's why you're detained today.
I know you guys got cameras everywhere, so check those.
I'm going to be checking them. I don't know how to work the system, but I'm going to find somebody who does, and we're going to be working on that, okay?
What's your name, sir?
I'm not giving them a name.
Okay.
I did nothing wrong.
Okay.
Nothing wrong.
Right here, man. If you're just out here filming, it's obviously a public area.
So can
you're
go
right.
back there on the track?
So the track is public as well, but
Yeah.
what it sounds like was reported to my sergeant is that you are on our private drive past the no trespassing signs.
While you're detained, I'm going to go verify that information, okay? I'll be right back, okay? Proceed to stand by.
And back there, I was lifting that up so I could look over the wall.
Sorry, say it again.
I lifted that up so I could look over the wall. That's about it.
Look over this wall, or
This wall over here,
okay,
where the track is.
okay. I hear you, man. Like you're able to do your person of auditor thing, man. I don't have to talk to many people out here that have done that at this station, and we've had no problems. Sounds like what was reported to us is it was a crime. If there was no crime actually committed, and it was a misunderstanding or miscommunication on our part, then we're going to apologize and take you out of handcuffs in just a moment.
First time being in handcuffs, actually.
Sorry, what's that?
This is my first time being in handcuffs, actually.
Okay.
And now, the breaking point. The officer claims he's suspicious. That single word becomes the justification for everything that follows. The camera jolts as the man is suddenly detained. Handcuffs appear. Commands multiply. The calm afternoon turns into a standoff between principle and power. The auditor, still restrained, asks for the legal grounds. A fair question that receives no clear answer. The officers scramble, one citing Section 1, another mumbling suspicion of trespass. None can articulate a specific offense. This is where the encounter transforms, from confusion to chaos. The officer's authority seems absolute, yet their reasoning falters. Every second of footage becomes a record, an unfiltered mirror reflecting their choices. That what's truly fascinating here is not the shouting or the cuffs. It's the silence between their words. The hesitation, the doubt, the subtle awareness that this might be going too far. This is the moment every auditor prepares for, when knowing the law matters more than fearing the badge.
They don't do shit like this.
I hear you, man, and it sounds like we wouldn't be putting you in handcuffs if we didn't have the report that you were trespassing on the private drive.
I did not witness
Because this isn't anything that we're saying you did, but we, for whatever reason, have had people try and sneak in that drive. We had somebody a couple months ago. We don't know how they got in our secure lot, but they were in our secure lot, like walking around and scoping out our cars and stuff like that. But they weren't on the cameras. They had either jumped over the back wall or snuck in through one of the gates. But they had been there. We reviewed cameras for hours. He had been back there for like 3 hours, like hiding under cars and stuff like that. So we've had security issues here, which is obviously concerning. I'm not saying you did any of that, but you can understand like how that kind of puts us in that frame of mind when we get, hey, there's some dude walking in a private drive back here. Hey, now he's out front, and my sergeant came out to talk to you for that reason.
So what's that private property line at? I know there's a track, but there's like a little bit of dirt right there on the side. Is that your property too?
Next to the track?
Yeah, next to the track's a little like
I just
like
talk
dirt?
to people out there. I don't really push it. But if they're out like on the private drive walking, I've stopped people trying to come in our gates many times.
That right here, I'm talking about this corner.
Do you want me to pick that up so it doesn't get damaged? Yeah, you got it. Is there a way for me to set this up so I don't have to?
Yeah, you have the 3 legs right there?
Oh, these are 3 legs?
Yeah, 3 legs. Just pull it out.
Well, that's pretty sweet, dude.
Yeah, it doesn't have the 3 rocks in the back. Yeah,
Well, it's not going to fall over like that, right?
No.
It's fine?
That's fine.
Okay. I don't want to damage anything. Do you think that's okay?
That's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, this all I want to know if it's a little bit of dirt right there on this track right here. Is your guys' or?
Which area are we talking about? Are we talking
Well, I
about
can't really point because like this area right here.
on the back side there?
Yeah, where the gate is, but at the back.
So it's technically all
Like a
the
track.
property of the facility of the city of Tucson.
The track is?
But as far as not necessarily the track,
Okay,
but I'm
that's how it
talking
was.
about specifically like this private drive and
This
like
right
once you
here,
go
I
through the
was
gates.
behind the sign.
Sorry, what's that?
I was behind the sign in front of the side right here.
Oh, behind the sign this way or behind the sign that way?
That way.
Behind the sign on the.
Yeah.
On the
Straight.
all right, it sounds like once we clarify that, we'll take out a cups in just a moment. I'm fine with you walking around the whole station, filming everything. It sounds like we had a report that you were on the private drive.
Obviously, she was too aggressive.
Sorry, what's that?
I said, obviously, she wasn't too little aggressive.
Okay. Like I said, man, I had just walked up, so I don't really know what happened before I got there, right? I just heard her say on the radio she was out with somebody on the front gangplank or bridge or whatever, and I just came out here to make sure she was okay. I didn't know what was going on. So whatever she got before I was involved, she got
Her
before.
by stuff, she can't do that. Unless she has probable cause.
What's that?
Unless you grab my stuff, you can't do that.
Well, you can get
Slowly, reality begins to sink in. Another officer steps forward, calmer, more measured, and starts to explain that the area has had reports of suspicious activity. It's an attempt to justify the earlier aggression, to add reason where panic once ruled. The auditor listens quietly. He doesn't shout. He doesn't argue. He simply asks questions, firm, clear, and lawful. And that's where the power dynamic begins to shift. The officers, once dominant, start defending their own behavior. The body language changes, arms fold, eyes avert, tones soften suddenly. The same officers who demanded identification now try to justify their own conduct. This is the beauty of accountability. When the camera turns from evidence to reflection, the tension slowly fades, replaced by uneasy explanations and half-hearted apologies. The moment is awkward but revealing. It shows how fragile authority becomes when it's held to its own standards.
That's what we had reported to us.
That's trespass.
Well,
Have it all
if you
camera,
indeed did
too.
not trespass, or even if you did, we might just warn you. If we look up on cameras, I'm not saying you're lying. I'm just saying,
I mean, I was pretty much up the curb.
for instance, we looked on cameras and saw you were actually past the sign.
Oh,
you were close to the.
it's not a sign,
I'm
but
just
the
giving you
curb
for
right there.
instance. We're just having a conversation, right? So,
I can't even show you
so
guys
we
about
end up talking to our witness or whoever told us about this, and they say, "Oh, he was past the thing, he passed the sign." We look at video cameras, see you're past the sign. We might just tell you like, "Hey, don't do that again."
With the amount of handcuffs, I could show you guys where I was.
Okay. I hear you. We're trying to talk to the witness to try and speed that up. We're trying to get you out of cuffs as soon as possible. Yeah. Badge number?
Huh?
Your badge number?
41820. It's Officer Dial, like the soap.
So he was just doing a First Amendment audit, just walking around filming. What, at least as I understand it, was reported to Sarge is that he was on the private drive back here.
Oh, behind the sign.
So, yeah, I told him if he was behind the sign, we're going to take kind of answer for this moment.
Sounds good.
Just so you know where we're at.
Nobody come here like this?
What's that?
Nobody comes here with a camera like this?
It has happened from time to time, yeah. And we let them film. I've had people.
Obviously not.
Well, like I said, it wouldn't be a problem if we didn't have the report that you were on the private drive. Because I did explain to you earlier that we had people trying to sneak in there, and we had that dude hang out back there for like 6 hours.
I'm gonna do it with the camera and broad daylight.
Dude, you would be surprised what I've seen people do in broad daylight.
That must be
We just came from a call. A guy was hit a girl in the elbow with a bat after she came at him with a knife.
Well, it was last month or so we had a dude come in here and try to hit the officer on the other side of the glass, smashing all our windows.
Yeah.
So
that's overdose, not a camera.
Yeah, I hear you.
we don't know you, do we?
But like I said, sir, I'm sorry I didn't catch your name, but like I said, if,
I didn't give it.
okay. Well, that'd be why. So, so like I said, if everything you're telling us is true, then you're gonna be out of cuffs. But we had to report the crime, so that's why you're detained.
Alright, is this your earpiece? I'm gonna just put this in your bag. I'm not looking inside or anything. I'm just putting it in there for our safety. Okay? So, turns out that it was misinformation on my part and miscommunication. It sounds like you were on the sidewalk and you weren't on our property, so I'm gonna let you go. You're free to leave.
See this, guys?
Honestly, man, you didn't really pick a good day anyway. We're closed.
I know.
We don't do anything.
And finally, the truth surfaces. After a quick check, the officers realized what should have been clear from the start. No crime was committed. The man was on public property the entire time, exercising his lawful right to film. The cuffs come off. The tension deflates. What's left is silence, the kind of silence that speaks volumes. You can sense the officer's unease. A mix of embarrassment and reluctant respect fills the air. It's not just about one man's right to film. It's about every citizen's right to be treated fairly, regardless of a uniform's opinion. This ending reminds us why public accountability matters. Not to shame, but to educate. Not to provoke, but to protect. Because when cameras capture power, truth follows closely behind. And that's what this channel stands for. Truth, fairness, and transparency in British policing. Thank you for watching, Dad. If you believe in holding power accountable and defending public rights, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more real UK audits, legal breakdowns, and powerful street encounters. Until next time, stay calm, stay informed, and never stop asking questions.